This is Enhancement Arms Holy Paladin versus a real Shadow Cleave. This is an Unholy Death Knight and an Affliction Warlock. I'm starting on the Warlock. My Shaman is going to start on the DK, and he's going to switch to the Paladin ahead of me. This team's poorly geared, and it was still a pain of a match. This is probably one of the harder comps for us to beat just because of the dots, and we're raw burst. So as always, we're splitting DPS. It's the best way to do this, honestly. There's a bop on the Priest, the stun on the Paladin, and he bubbles the stun because he has to heal up his Warlock because we'll purge it. So we're sitting on the Warlock. I shatter the bop because my Shaman's getting locked down and can't get rid of it. Come into the ads, and I'm going to Blade Storm fairly soon just to make sure to keep as much pressure as I can out. The Warlock's sitting at about 60% health. The Death Knight's slowly going down. He goes to about 80. And my Shaman's making a switch to the Paladin right now. His Wolf should be going up and be heading over there for the first stun on him fairly soon, stopping as many dots as we can. Like I said, this is a very mean comp for us to face. I silence the Paladin. That's going to be our first start to switch to him. I call it. There's that kick on the Warlock. At least I tried. It didn't go off. There's the actual kick. The gag order's on DR with the Paladin, so technically we shouldn't be switching, but his bubble's down, which means if we can get a switch, we're good. I was going to wait 3, 2, 1 until that silence clears before I can switch to him. I'm just going to sit on the Warlock in for another 5 seconds or so until Heroic throws off cooldown. Paladin is fairly out of position. He's in focus kick range, and my Shaman shocked him. I kicked the Warlock's Fear, so they can't do any peels. Switch to the Paladin really quick. Go for a kill. Switch back. Just splitting the DPS, making him heal 2 targets. With a Paladin, the Beacon and the Bubbles make this really hard for us to face, but we can use our CCs to force it with just dropping our Raw Burst. Kill the Warlock. My Shaman goes down. This team's incredibly deadly because Necrotic Strike spam, and then the dots will roll over. And once you can set up ahead of time for it, for your damage, get them reasonably low, and then Necrotic Strike, silence, Fear, and you should be able to get a kill fairly quickly. That's why I sat on the Warlock, just so I could stop as many of the switches. Probably would have been a better choice for my Shaman on him, but there you go. Comment, rate, and subscribe.